Hi everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we're going to be doing Genos from One Punch Man. Just find about the middle, come over, and we'll do his top eyelid just here. And then under that eyelid we have his iris, just under here, semicircle, and a pupil just in there. So it's kind of half covered, like that. And then he has a piece of hair coming down just beside that, so a spike of hair, right? So it's like just here. Okay, and this will come up and then join the rest of his hair. So in at this spike we can just see the inside of his eye that comes down around for his bottom eyelid, comes up back here, and this touches some of his hair as well, spiking this way. And of course Genos eyes, it's the actual eyeballs are black. Now so what we'll do is we'll do his nose, his mouth, and then we'll do sort of his skin ripping up to his hair. So like half, we'll do the normal half of his face first, and then we'll deal with the robot type details. So we'll finish with his eyebrows just here, coming out from this eye under the fringe, jump over the fringe, and then go back up here, just up here, so it gets thinner as it goes up to there. Then we have a line just for his nose, so the starts of his nose just in here, and then this comes down a little bit more down here, so a little start of the nose comes down the middle and then bends back for the top of his nose. And then we have a line for his nostril just here, and then the other nostril just there as well. Come down a little bit more and we'll do his mouth. So he's speaking in this, I'm drawing this from the manga, so he's talking, and so his mouth is open. So we have top lip, and then just bottom lip comes across like that. There's a little line for his top lip just there, and then a small line for his bottom lip just here. Now his chin is just here, so we're coming down in a diagonal sort of way. This would be the norm, but his head is tilted, so we're coming down diagonal. So his jaw then comes up that way, and then this comes up this direction, and then this travels up towards his ear just here, like that, and this touches a hair spike, so we have a V for hair, and another one just here, and then his ear just comes in from that, like this. He has an earring on his ear, on his earlobe, so just a little circle there. And then we have those lines for bones and ligaments inside the ear. So then, so his skin is like all ripped off on this side of his face. So there's like a jaggedy line that comes all the way up and around beside his nose just here. So you could do this many different ways, it doesn't have to be exactly like the way I'm doing it. So it's just coming up around to here, and this touches some of his long fringe, so we have a V here, and this comes up that way and goes up and in, and then finish that spike just there. So then this is the normal side, so he has some battle damage on this side as well. So he has just cracks and things just coming down his face. Like that, kind of like a tree branch or root or something. Just a little line there for dirt, and then another sort of lightning type shape as a crack coming down. Kind of like this. And down that way. And back up. Right, so his hair is all burnt, blown off on this side, so there's no hair here. So we're going to do the rest of his fringe that goes up this side of his head, and then we'll finish the hair on this side, and then we'll finish the Terminator side. So another hair spike here, comes up, right up to here. Okay, so we have the finishing of his hair just here. Okay, so we're going all the way up to there. So spike comes up, spiking like this. Little one here, and then there's like a bigger spike going up this way. And another one just here. And then this curves around like this. We have a little line here, and where the hair meets his skull, I guess, just in here. And then this will come up under to there, and then this spikes back, and then we have another spike just here, goes up off my page, a little spike here, like that. And then we're going to come back down to here and do the rest of his hair all around his head. So spiking like this. Spike. Spike. Up. Down. Spike up again. So we're going all around his head. But we're stopping here. Here, back, spikes to there. Now we're just going to add some details for the hair inside. So he's got like hair coming down in here as well. So different lines for his hair. All different spiking shapes. So spike comes out, comes down to here, spikes back up, comes up. So once you get the general idea of how his hair is shaped, it's pretty easy. Maybe you could add some thick lines, thin lines for shadow. So this spike, yeah, shadow there. This spike comes in to there, and then it has another spike just here, and then there's like some shadow in here. This comes up. We have a little spike down here, comes back up to there, joins that one. And then we have a bit of a bigger spike just here, comes up, some hairlines in there. There's a bigger spike that comes from the center down to about here, spiking up and around, see that? And then a small spike, and then maybe some hairlines in there. And then there's another one coming down in here, coming from the center of his head. Some hairlines in there too. And then some that go off this way. So they're all sort of traveling back to this point here. You could add some shadow again, spikes. Hairline maybe there, here. But yeah, that's the basic idea for Genos's hair. You could add more details if you wanted, hatching, etc. But we'll get on and we'll start the robot side of his head. So see where, so his eye here, right? So he has another robot eye just across from here. So it's an eye distance, just about, from here to here. And it's kind of bigger because his skin is like blown off. So the top eyelid comes up this direction. It's coming up here, comes back around, comes down into here. See, it's bigger than this eye, like that. It's a real sort of Terminator eye, if you know that film, Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then his iris in there, semicircle again, but it's kind of a bigger semicircle because he's no eyelid. And then we can see more of the pupil as well. See, so you can see less over here. And then of course in there's all dark. So now he has various lines for metal around that. So coming out from the where the tear duct would be, you have a line just coming in towards the hair. So this is all sort of the metal parts. And there's a line coming down for the ridge of his eye, just there. And then this comes up, follows around the eye, goes back into here, like that. And then this comes around again, touches the top of his eye just here. It's like a top eyelid. And this line follows down the top of his eye, just there. Kind of comes down in towards the brow. And then another line comes off this way and diagonal back like that. Then there's a line underneath for his eye socket, it looks like. So down like this. This direction. Then back up here towards his nose. Back up in there. This line's maybe a bit thicker, a bit of weight to it. There as well. So there's two bolts just underneath that, so like two circles, holding obviously the metal onto his face. Thinner one there. Then we have a line that comes down from here, from his nose, travels then back in towards his nose here, and a little bit up in there. Then his mouth is kind of open and you can see all his teeth inside, so we got to go diagonal like that. And then it curves around, comes down, and then this comes back across to his skin, just in there. Now, so in this section we can see teeth and sort of metal pipes and kind of things like that. So what we'll do, we'll start with the teeth. So we can see a line up here for his gum line. So this has like zigs going all the way across back towards his mouth in there, right? So that's like his gum line. And the teeth come up from this spike, real big, because like there's nothing blocking it. around. Another one here. Another one here. And then comes down in towards his mouth. And you could add maybe some lines just to show that those are teeth. Then he has like those jaw sort of lines inside here. Just there. He has some metal coming down in here back towards the teeth. Curves up, it's like a tube. And then back up this way. And then in here is kind of mostly dark. There's like a little section that's still white as well. It's mostly dark in here. And like there's another tooth or something we can see in there. And then another pipe going back this way. And there's some lines on that pipe. Another line back to the tooth there. And then another one here, here. It's kind of real dark in here, down here. Real dark up here too. Kind of something like that. And then, so his cheek comes off that, comes out. There. Comes up diagonally. Comes back in. And then comes up around the side of his head. Side of his head, kinda too. Goes up around there and up a bit like that. And then he has some more lines just above his eye, just to show his eyebrow shapes. So one there, towards the hair, comes up and around here. And another one spikes up from that, comes back around in there. Some more sort of lumps and bumps inside there. And then we'll finish just his jaw down here. So we have a line down this way. Or like a dark shape just here. A line here, diagonal. So you're just adding kind of lumps and bumps and metal shapes and things. I think there's bolts holding on his jaw here. Semicircles, ellipses. Line in there for his jaw. Another one here. A diagonal line in here towards his nose. Another one up and around inside there. There's another line just here at his cheek. Coming in. This will probably be a long video, but it's a complicated sort of character drawing I picked, so apologies if it's too long. And then, so his skull is pretty much cracked open. So I know, and so we could see the side of his skull comes up, spikes here, comes across. That's like the side of his head, and then the next part comes up like this, comes back in, down. And this comes up and around to his hair. And then there's the rim of the other side of that skull plate just here. There's like a crack going down here as well. Right, so we're gonna finish this like it's like cracked like an egg, like all across here. So we're gonna finish that, go up, spike up. Bring it, curving, spiking, curving and spiking up, down, back down, all the way towards that hair, all in here. And we'll do the inside part of that now. So you can see the inside of this just here, the shell, I guess, just there, touches that. And then the inside of these parts come out, come down, come up, come down, and there's another layer, it seems, inside. You follow that shape again. So out, down, curve down, across, and in, just giving it some depth. And then it comes down, goes back in, and then this comes in underneath this piece of hair here, and down there, and a crack sort of down there. And there's a little crack that runs down his forehead, so it's just like a line, wavy line from there. Another one here, another one here. And just a line for the side of his head there. And then we can see his brain inside here. So to do that, we'll do just sort of cloudy, sort of bumpy lines. Like something like this, kind of crisscrossing, coming up and around. So it's kind of like a load of sausages woven together. And because of where it's placed on the character's head, people will instantly think, oh, that's a brain. It's here. I'm just going to add just a shadow to this side here. Make that a bit thicker. Some more in here. Something like that. Right, so he's got some tubing coming off his face. So just out like this. So here, rectangles coming out of his face. Some here, one here. Some of these are colored in dark. Spiking, spiking. And then we have his neck coming down. So coming down from his jaw, curving there. Curving there. Then these come out towards his shoulders, coming off my page there at the edge. This one comes off, comes down because he's kind of broken on this side. Comes down, spikes up, goes down, like a tube or something there. And then his neck muscles, the inside ones, are tubes. So he'll go that way, another one that way, and then same on this side. So tubing down to there, and then there's two smaller ones just here, cords kind of that are his neck muscles, and then his collarbone, well, his metal collar bone comes up this way, goes off towards the shoulder, it comes down like this, and there's like you can see a top of a bolt just there with a dot inside, and like a dent in it, and then some lines that represent the center of it, and then maybe the bottom of that bone just there. Same here, collarbone going up off here, and then another metal plate here comes down to there, and then some of that bolts holding his collarbone, and I line up the middle to there. And then there's some details just on his shoulder just here, so we can see a waving metal plate just here. And you do that same thing again, and another smaller one beside it, and then there's little metal parts just inside here, so you can see a little tube in here, all dark there, and another one that goes this direction, comes up and around, another metal part here with various lines on it, and another one going underneath that one. There, some lines on that, and in here is like dark. Then this is another metal part, just has an edge just here, kind of see a circle here, and this is black here. And then we've a similar shape to this over on the other side, except it's just one of those S-shape pieces of metal just there. And of course all in here is black. Yeah, and there's some hatching on the tubes here, kind of just hatched, you know, shaded kind of thing. Hatching lines going down the side of his neck. More hatching in here also. And it's real dark then all in here. And there's some hair at the back of his neck. I'll colour in these sections dark now just to see how they look. So there he is, Genos. I added just a few more scratch marks and some hatching and stuff just on the face. You could add way more all around. You know, like dirt lines, kind of things like this. All around his face, especially around this section because it's the bit where the skin is like torn off and all scraggly. You know, you could just build it up as long as you wanted. But it's a pretty tough one, I know. Probably a long video, but it's pretty cool anyways. Awesome character. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.